almost ready to get underway. Getting the nod in this one, Edward Cabrera.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
On the ground to third. Not in time. An infield knock to start the inning. And it looks like they might end up challenging this one. Very close play, and we will take another look as well.
I couldn't tell in live action, that's for sure. And, you know, the umpire is so much closer to the play, and he thought he beat the throw, so we'll see.
So they have decided to challenge the play, and now it's up to the replay umpires in New York to make the call. Another look at it. Singer, you seeing enough to change the call?
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, it's close, but I think after looking at it a few times, we can see that this guy's probably out, and could be a good use of the challenge right here.
Looks like we've got an answer, and he's out. They took a chance with the challenge, and it paid off.
Upon video review, the call of safe to first base
out, nobody out.
Overturned.
Nolan Shadowell, the next to hit for the Angels. That misses the zone, and that's ball 1. 1 out, base is empty. And that is in for a strike. And the count 1-1. Just missed. Down. And downstairs.
Just missed with a good breaking ball in. Looking for that hitter to chase and perhaps get some weak contact or a swing and miss. Good job on both sides.
And a foul ball. Outside, and that is ball 4.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Mike Trout, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Shadowell, the base runner at first with 1 out. And there's a base hit to right field. And the go-ahead run into scoring position. 1 away.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
2 on, 1 out. Here's Joe Adele.
1-0.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
And that misses. And now 2-0.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Fastball is outside.
3 balls, no strike.
1 out. Runners at first and second. And that'll load the bases.
2 walks in the first has to be some cause for concern. I mean, you're talking about a guy you want to pitch deep into the ball game. It's not going to help with the pitch count right there. They can't afford to hand out free bases at this rate.
And the batter now, Zach Neto.
Ball.
In the dirt, but kept close. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. 1 run's in. The second run scores. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He's safe. and they clear the bases.
Wow, what a clutch moment in this ball game. One swing, and he unloads the bases. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They've had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Yoan Moncada in the box now. No balls and a strike. 0-2 now as he swings through it.
No ball.
One out and a runner at second. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, it gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip.
Pulled down the line. This one hammered, but it's foul.
No, that's foul.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit out into right center. The throw in. Safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from second. And they lead by 4. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Outside low. And that's ball 1.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros. Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound, and this is one of those where you...
Now a blast to left center, way back there, on its way, out of here. A massive home run. It's 6-0.
And with the 6-run lead, there are fans that are starting to head to the exits.
Christian Moore, the next to hit for the Angels. Here comes the manager out of the Cubs dugout.
Pitching for the
New pitcher in the game for the Cubs, Colin Ray.
Number 53.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
2 out, space is empty. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Inning over, although plenty of damage done. They bring 9 to the plate, and 6 come around to score. Bottom half. Back here at the friendly confines. And today's starter, Yusei Kikuchi.
Power pitcher. He's going to speed you up with the fastball velocity, and out of his hand will explode the breaking ball. Very difficult for hitters to keep that front side closed and hit the ball the other way, because they know if they're not ready to pull the trigger, the fastball will beat them.
Dansby Swanson, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. Kikuchi, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, a changeup, and he works in a sinker.
Right there, he does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Alex Bregman.
Here's Alex Bregman.
Runner.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Strike in there. Throw to second. Not in time. He's there easily.
You don't usually see teams try to claw back into games by being aggressive on the base pass like this, but it's still early in this one. This kind of tells me they're going to try to tackle this one run at a time instead of waiting back for a big 3-run homer.
Missed with a changeup, and that is ball 1. On the ground to third, Moncada fires across the diamond. One gone, bottom half of the first.
Batting third, the second baseman, Nico.
Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out, a lot of lift and separate, Chris.
We know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
Ripped to third and caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Michael Bush. Swing and a drive, deep right field, back there. And it finds the basket and gone. He'll touch them all. And they cut into the lead. It's 6-2.
High velocity up and in is just such a difficult location for the hitter, but this time he pulls the hands tight to the body, gets through this pitch. What conviction in that swing. Awesome job at the plate.
And up next for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki. Checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. Didn't go. And the 1-0. And that skips into dirt.
2 balls, no strike.
Bounced, and that got the pitcher. Safe at first, and now we'll check on the lefty. Hope he's all right. That one got him pretty good, but perhaps the silver lining is that it got him in his non-throwing arm, Chris.
Yeah, assuming there's nothing broken in there, I think he should be able to shake this one off. But, man, that can't feel good. He's going to have a pretty nice bruise at the very least, that's for sure.
Man at first, Ian Happ up to hit. The Happ Daddy. Glove side, but it gets through. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Carson Kelly, the next to hit, takes outside. On the ground, Moncada. In plenty of time to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. Cubs add 2 on this homer. Now a 6-2 ball game. Major League Baseball. On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton all set for the start of the inning. Now it's the DH, Josh Lowe.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good. And then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Making the calls behind the plate in this one is Woody Keller.
Yeah, and Woody does a pretty good job back there, Boog. He's got a pretty fair strike zone most of the time. Maybe some inconsistency here or there, but usually he's back there doing a solid job.
2-2.
Ripped on the ground to second. In time to Bush. 1 up, 1 down. Nolan Shotwell, the next to hit for the Angels. A walk and a run scored his first time. Late swing, foul to the left. 1 down, base is empty. In the air, left field. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Safely into second. He's got a double.
You got to get on your horse and get to that ball and get it back in, because he's going to come barreling around first and put some pressure on you. If you bobble it or you don't get there in a hurry, it's going to make you look silly and end up on second base.
out. Runner at second. So in now for the Angels, Mike Trout. And first offering is fouled off. Man at second.
Ball.
In the dirt. And 1-2. And a slider misses down and away.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a two-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
And next for the Angels, Joe Adell. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. Just missed. And another ball. Right side. Suzuki pulls it in on the run. Angels back now, and a new arm on the mound to start the bottom of the second. Nick Sandlin.
Number 52.
So up now for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. And takes low for ball one. Next offering is fouled back. And it is 2-1. So a man aboard, and next is the designated hitter, Chas McCormick. This kid, a 21st round pick out of Millersville University in Pennsylvania.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Check on the runner, Crow Armstrong, back in on a dive. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw there. Safe. Siggy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Runner at second, nobody out. Comes up empty.
On the mound, you take a note. You see the hitter's willingness to chase that pitch upstairs, get deeper in the count, and try to climb the ladder.
In the air out towards right center. Trout sizes this one up, makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Now batting, shortstop, Dansby.
So the lineup flips over, and here comes Dansby Swanson. A single and a run scored and a walk. And first offering is fouled off. Move to second. Crow Armstrong back on a dive. Crow Armstrong leads off second with one gone in the inning. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. One ball outside. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. And here it comes. And a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a pop-up. Shannawell moving under this one. Drops into the glove, and there's two away.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do
Now
a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Yeah, that's fouled off.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
And time called prior to the 0-1. Runner at third, 2 away. In the dirt, blocked. Nice job behind the plate there. Two outs. He swings and fouls one off. In the air, foul off first. And the inning is over. One hit, one left. We head on to the third inning. So in now for the Angels, Zach Neto. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That's back there. And out of here. A soaring shot to center. It's 7-2. That one just sounded different.
And it might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate, here it is, watch it, I'm going to jog around the bases.
Here comes Yohan Moncada. His first at-bat was a strikeout. Strike one. Ray, the tall righty, 220 pounds. He joined the team as a free agent. That catches the top part of the zone, and it's 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Right through there for a strike. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
And now Jorge Soler swinging a foul straight back. Runner goes again. Next offering is fouled back. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't.
And he's got it in right field for the third out, so that'll do it. One scores in the inning coming on this solo home run.
Now pitching for
bottom
the
half
Angels.
of the third, and they bring in a new pitcher, Miguel Castro.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
One up, one down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
So digging in, Michael Busch. He's already homered in this game. On the ground, right side, and foul ball. And that one fouled off. Oh, 2 now. And that's in the dirt. Activity in the bullpen. Taylor Saucedo, the southpaw, is throwing and getting that sinker dialed in. Bachman, a right-hander, loosening up as well. That one ripped. Back there. And that one's gone into the bleachers. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they're chipping away. It's 7-3.
How in the world did he do that? That pitch was outside the zone, and he still got it out of here.
He's empty one away. Seiya Suzuki getting ready to hit. Reached on an infield single his first time. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Swings through that one for strike 2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
That one missed. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Cubbies with only one out left. And next for the Cubs, Ian Happ. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row.
This one swung on and hit well, way back there. And that should be extra bases. And he's in at second with a 2-out double.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still.
Pitching for
Taylor Saucedo takes over on the mound.
60.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. Grounded out his first time. Lifted to left, and that should do it. And that'll do it.
They were ready early on. Just a 3-inning game, but we saw a lot of action. That was as much a slugfest as you could hope for in this type of contest.
7-3 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.